I'm Monica, and I'm 96.
What?
And I'm 4.
Oh, okay, you're 4. I'm Julie Johnson, and I am not 96. And I'm not 4. How old is Mommy?
5.
Okay, I'm 5. This video is about ways to store toys because Monica has a lot of toys, and for the most part, she plays with most of them. But sometimes it gets really, really overwhelming during the day, and it gets really hard to play with your toys if all of your toys are all over the place, isn't it? So what does it feel like when all of your toys are in your playroom and they're all over the floor and they're all mixed up? What does that feel like?
That makes me feel like this.
Oh, okay. So that feels a little bit overwhelming sometimes, right? And so sometimes Monica would say, Mommy, I can't find this toy or that toy, right? And she didn't want to play always with her toys because she didn't have enough room in the playroom, and there wasn't enough room on the floor to like drive her cars around and build the buildings she wanted to build. So we came up with this idea, and it's been working really well for us. So we're going to try to explain it to you guys so that hopefully it will be helpful to somebody out there too. So Monica, do you want to explain the toy rotation, and do you want to explain what it means to swap out toys?
Yes, but what does explain mean first?
Oh, explain. I better explain what explain means. So explain means to teach or to tell somebody else. So we're going to tell whoever is watching how you do the toy swap and tell them what the toy swap is.
Well, the toy swap is where I pick out a toy that I can get in the basement and get a new toy in the basement.
Mm-hmm. What's your favorite part about the toy swap or the toy rotation?
My favorite part is getting the toy.
Getting a new toy. It's kind of cool getting a new toy almost every week, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what we decided to do is we decided to bag up Monica's toys, and because she's got a lot of like different sets of toys where like the cars go with the animals. So this is like a Paw Patrol set. She has like a little people castle set that has people with it and horses, and there's like a little doll set.
And there's like a little kitchen set.
Yep, the kitchen set. And so, what? Whose car is that? Zuma's?
No.
Whose was that?
The blue one. It was Chase's.
Oh, that was Chase's car. And
that's
so
the one that Zuma is sitting in Chase's.
Okay.
They both fit in both of their cars.
Zuma's in Chase's car right now? Okay. So it was really confusing to try to play with the different play sets when they were just all mixed up and she couldn't find the pieces that went with each of the play sets. And so what we did is we put them all in bags, and we just brought a couple examples for you. What are those ones, Monica?
Dishes.
Those are your dishes, yeah. And then
and cars are filled with Peppa Pig cars and Paw Patrol cars.
Yep, Paw Patrol cars and Peppa Pig cars. And then what is this? Show them that.
And recipes.
Yeah, that's your recipe. These are
and the egg carton. And the egg carton is part of my secret special recipe.
So there are some toys that we keep out all the time in Monica's toy closet. So what are some of the toys that we keep out all of the time?
Puzzles.
Puzzles we always keep out. What else? What else do you always get to play with?
Cars.
Yeah, so we have a bin of cars and car tracks, and those are always out and available to play with. What else?
Balls.
Balls, yep. So rubber balls to play with in the house or foam balls. Those are always available. We also keep all of her art supplies out, so coloring books and paper and colored pencils, stuff like that, stickers.
And I have monster trucks.
Yeah, you have monster trucks in your swap out toys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then other toys she always
These
has
are the
access
monster
to.
trucks.
Those can be monster trucks, yeah. It's cool. That's the cool thing about toys. They can be whatever you need them to be. Those ones can be boats, or they can be monster trucks.
Well, this one can be a boat. This one can only be a boat. Because it only goes on water.
They can be whatever you want them to be.
Uh-huh.
So other toys that we always have out are Monica's tool workbench and all of her tools. And then we always have her wooden blocks out as well, and your dress up stuff too. So you can show them your dress today. So we've been playing dress up today. So we've got Minnie Mouse today. So dress up toys and kind of those kinds of toys are always available. The ones that we decided to put in the basement were these ones that have just like a lot of pieces and are kind of like specialized. So, in specialized sets. So we took 3 totes and we put them in the basement, and just normal size totes. And that's where all of the toys that are in the bags go and live and stay. And then we take out 3 bags, every week. So in order to swap out and get new toys from the basement, then what do you have to do with the toys that are out?
Take them out.
Yeah, in order to change them out. So every Saturday we do a change out, and sometimes during the week, Monica wants to change out as well. So if she does,
the Peppa Pig is going wild.
if she does a really, really good job on her homework or on her piano lesson, then she can earn a change out and get a new toy from the basement. But in order to do that, she has to pick up she has to pick up all of the toys that are out from the sets, those 3 sets that are out, and then put them back in their bags. And so we labeled the bags so that we know what goes in which one. And then we bring the bags down to the basement with all the sets in it, and then she can pick out another toy. And usually that correlates on Saturdays, especially with changing out laundry. So it gives her time to pick out a different toy. Yeah, gives her time to pick out another toy while I'm changing out the laundry too. So another thing that we decided to do, and we actually just decided to do this recently, so we're going to see how it goes, is we had labeled all of the bags. This one says dishes. And then we started just maybe like 2 months ago, we decided to put a little mark on the bag every time that she picks this bag. And if she decides that she wants to keep this one out for another week, so it's Saturday, and she says, well, like this morning, she had her cash register out, and she had the play food, and she had the play dishes. And so this morning, Monica said, well, I want to keep my play food and my play dishes out, but I don't need the cash register this week. I want to pick out a different toy. And so we put away the cash register and the play money and brought that downstairs and swapped it out for the Paw Patrol and Peppa Pig cars. And so on those weeks, we just draw another line on it to show that she had it out for another week. So these are really the most popular ones that she picks. She picks these the most often, but they are like the messiest too. So when they're out, I'm really, really glad that we've only got 2 sets out and available to her because if all of these are dumped out and the Princess Castle stuff is dumped out and the little people are dumped out and the animals are dumped out and the dinosaurs are dumped out and all of the extra cars that are in the basement, it's just too many toys at one time. And then she doesn't really play with them as much as she does now when she only has a couple things to choose from. She really gets more use and value out of each of the toys that she's playing with because she's excited to see them. She's excited to play with them. So we did these check marks on here. And what we've decided to do going forward is that when an item has more that or gets to 10 check marks, what we're going to do is put that item in its own bin. So that, and any items that get to 10 check marks, we're going to put in a separate bin that are just for bags that have 10 or more check marks. Because we know that, okay, she's picked that item quite a few more times than maybe some other things that might only have 1 or 2 check marks. And then once that bin gets full, then we're going to go through the original bins and say, okay, there are items in here with 0 check marks.
And the boats I don't already have check marks, so check mark them.
Yes. So when Monica's saying that when we took out the Paw Patrol boats, they didn't have a check mark. Well, they had the previous check marks, but when we brought this bag upstairs with the Paw Patrol and the Peppa Pig boats, we added a new check mark to it. But you can see that, you know, she pulls out the dishes way more often than she pulls out the Peppa Pig cars. Then what we're going to do is once we've got a bin full of things that have 10 or more, we know that those are the ones she chooses the most often. And so those are the ones we're definitely going to hang on to. But we're going to go through those other bins then and look for ones that have 0 check marks, because if they've gone at that point at least 10 weeks, right? And that's only if she's pulled those other ones like every week. So we know it's going to be more than 10 weeks that she hasn't selected that playset or that item.
Playing with the toys. My toys are exceptional and breakable sometimes, and I play with them a lot.
Yeah.
And sometimes I don't know which one is which. So sometimes I don't know which one is which.
When we had them all out together, mixed up, that was really hard, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It was very confusing to know which one is which, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very confusing.
Very confusing. But now that they're all in the totes in the basement, and they've got they're labeled and they're in a plastic bag so she can see what everything is, then what I love about it is that it's really empowering her to make the decisions about what she wants to play with, what she wants to keep out or swap back into the basement. It also gives us a boundary, so that it gives us a boundary of, okay, we've got 3 bins in the basement for these swap out toys, and then we've got a ton of other toys, like we keep board games, just a lot of toys that we just keep out anyway. And so then it kind of limits us from wanting to buy other toys, knowing that if we do buy other toys, then we've got to swap out some of the toys that are in those bins and give those away or pass those on to other kids that might need those toys or might enjoy those toys. And so then if she does get toys as gifts, that would be maybe swap out toys. Usually if she gets a toy for a gift, she'll keep it out for a while just to play with it because it's new and fun. But then eventually it will get put into kind of the rotation. And then if she doesn't select those toys, so again, now that we're marking the bags, once we get to 10, we're gonna move them into a different tote and then go through the totes of the ones that only have like 5 or 4 check marks, and get rid of all of the ones that are the lowest number of checks. So if they have 0 checks or like 1 check, you know, in like 3 months or something like that, then we can feel pretty confident that, okay, she's not choosing that. She has the option of playing with that every week, but she's never choosing it. And so we can go ahead and feel confident in letting it go. And Monica's always part of that decision. And I'm going to make another video to show how we go through her books and how we go through her toys and stuffed animals and decide what we do want to keep and what we want to give away to other kids who might be able to use it a little bit more or a little bit better than what we're using it for. So I really hope that this is helpful to somebody. I really appreciate you watching this video. And Monica, do you want to come say goodbye?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna say goodbye with our feet.
We are going to say goodbye with our feet. And if you are interested in other videos of Monica and I, we do breathing videos as well, where Monica demonstrates different breathing techniques, and we always wave goodbye with our feet. So you ready to wave goodbye with your feet?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anything else you want to say about the toy rotation?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you want
The
to say?
toy rotation is wonderful. Everything is down in the basement. Every of my toys.
Well, not every one of your toys.
I mean, just some of my toys.
There are a lot of toys in the basement, aren't there? And it's kind of like, when she does go down every weekend and pick out a toy, or even like during the week, if she says, hey, I want to do a swap, or I want to, swap out my food for something else, or, oh, I want to play with my castle figure, or I want to play with my dollhouse, then we'll do a swap midweek. And Monica gets so excited about going down there. And it's kind of that same feeling and like satisfaction of like when you go to a toy store, and you say like, you can pick out anything you want at the toy store. And then they like pick it out and they're so excited to play with it. And you guys know, like sometimes they'll play with it then for 20 minutes and then just be done with it, right? So luckily with the swap out system, she's getting that kind of experience every week. She's getting the practice with making decision making. She's getting the excitement and fun of like, oh, I'm picking out this toy and I get to play with kind of like what feels like a new toy every week, except that we are not buying things that we don't need all of the time, and we are not wasting toys that other kids could be playing with. Since we're not playing with them, we're not wasting them by keeping them in our house longer than we need to. So, okay, now we're gonna wave goodbye with our feet. You ready, Mouse? Okay.
Ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Ready?